Hi Libra, this is Angel Aura Divination, and I'm here to give the sign of Libra their end of June 2021 Love Tarot reading. This is going to be an intuitive tarot reading where I utilize the Cosmic Tarot, which will be linked in the description below, to give you an in-depth look on love, relationships, and things like that. It's supposed to be kind of how they feel about you, but it's also going to be more about how you look externally and how you feel internally in regards to love and romance, especially. Okay, we already got some cards out. Here you are, Libra, Princess of Swords. You are trying to learn about love. You're trying to learn about how to think about love, how to go after it. You're in a very airy energy. You're trying to have some new beginnings and some deeper clarity. We have the Two of Swords here because things haven't always come together for you the way that you wanted them to. The Two of Swords energy is kind of a melancholy energy in this deck. You're kind of sad about the fact that things aren't happening for you the way you want them to, and you're really needing to focus more on balance in life in general, but also a balanced perspective to allow you to actually have love in your life. And I think that's where you're actually headed towards right now. We have the Nine of Cups, meaning that you are either, they said you're either adoring somebody or somebody adores you, and that's the energy that you're in right now. How you look outwardly is as somebody who's very curious, but also somebody who's a little sad. You're somebody who's been hurt in the past, and you're somebody who wants to be cherished or spoiled, somebody who wants to be valued, right? So let's get some more cards out for you, Libra, for love. We have the King of Wands. You are somebody who also possibly wants sex. You're somebody who wants to have deep, passionate connections with other people. You're somebody who wants to really branch out, somebody who really wants to be passionate, somebody focused on career, or even developing a deeper connection with the universe around you to have what it is you want. You're using your intuition and you're really manifesting new things for yourself. We have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is kind of a stagnant energy where you're kind of caught up in your head, especially because we have the Two of Swords here. You're caught up in your head trying to recover in an energy where your luck has kind of run out here for you, Libra. Let's get some more cards out. And that could really be why you want somebody to nurture you. We have the Eight of Cups here. The Eight of Cups is normally about walking away from toxicity. In this depiction, I actually see this individual as trying to decide whether or not it's going to benefit him to walk away. I think you've walked away from certain things in the past, and that's kind of gotten you to the point that you're at right now, where you've been hurt in love, and now you just kind of want to manifest somebody who's actually just going to heal you, which is not a bad energy to be in, but you can't always expect somebody to help you heal problems that you have. The next card out that we have is Death. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio, or you could also have a Scorpio placement yourself. Death is an indication to me when it comes to love is that there's going to be major shifts and major changes in love, possibly even in your birth chart, transits in your birth chart in regards to astrology that are going to change the way that you perceive or even receive love moving forward. You might have had some endings, or an ending might be imminent for you as well. So beware of that in your energy, Libra. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles could talk about an earth sign individual, specifically an earth sign feminine, but it could also be you, Libra, where you're just focused on looking good. I see a relationship here between a King of Wands person and a Queen of Pentacles person. Both of these individuals are very much focused on their careers. One of them is more focused on social climbing and having those connections when it comes to career. The other one is more focused on the day-to-day activities and really having something that they can nurture and grow with. Somebody who wants to have a nest egg type energy where they really just want to save their money and they really just want to develop their finances and material gains until they can have what it is they want and just be able to, splendor in the wealth kind of energy with the Queen of Pentacles here. So what's the relationship between these two people? We have the Four of Wands, a marriage. The Four of Wands in this card is actually kind of talking about spiritual ascension due to a positive environment, allowing you to connect deeper to your higher self, possibly even past lives. So there might even be a past life relationship between you and another individual around you, Libra, especially if you resonate with the King of Wands or the Queen of Pentacles energies. We also have the Hermit out. That's the only card that I was going to take out of these falling out. The Hermit is basically saying that this does have to do with your spirituality or your spiritual journey. I think that you might even see an ending to a relationship, or you might have seen an ending to a relationship. But outwardly, it's kind of like you're still focusing on being cherished. And this is kind of what's fueling you, is that there have been endings for you, and that you have been in this deep state of recovery for a long time of getting over certain relationships that have ended for you, even if they ended for you alone. Some of these relationships were heading towards marriage, but some of these relationships really caused you to have a deeper spirituality within yourself, and even have more faith within yourself, or a deeper connection to your guides, because of the major changes that have occurred due to the endings of these relationships, right? With the Page of Cups here, this is another indication. This is the Prince of Cups, excuse me. This is the Knight of Cups in this deck. You do want to communicate your emotions clearly moving forward, and you are trying to do that in this energy. I also kind of get the impression, though, that you are needing to really take chances when it comes to love, with the Fool being here. You're somebody who is being called to take chances when it comes to love, and this reading has been kind of telling a story about you, where you were very curious about love, and you were trying to make things work for you. You were looking for somebody that you could nurture, or somebody who would nurture you, somebody to really boost that egoic idea of health as well. And even though you were really kind of stagnating in your energy, trying to figure out whether or not you should go and leave certain toxicities behind, ultimately you powered through, you focused on your career, you saw a major change, and you kind of met somebody who really wanted to help you gain financial status. I don't really know what that's about. Like, it has something to do with, like, this person might just want to help you with stability as well. This Queen of Pentacles person, if you are a masculine, if you're a feminine, you are this Queen of Pentacles person, and somebody sees you this way. This person, then they kind of figured out that they actually had deep emotions for you. Now you want to get with this person, like, in a deeper commitment, or you just have a spiritual connection to this individual, which is leading you to have a deeper spiritual connection with yourself as well. The Fool is an indication that you are going to go on this journey, because the guides have basically allowed for it to happen. They are kind of supporting you in this energy. The Death card is not necessarily a great card to see in a love reading, though. And so it's kind of interesting how that's kind of in the middle of your reading, because it's indicating a great change that has either occurred or that's going to occur. So prepare yourself for that. Let's talk about death. We have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is talking about nightmares. It's also talking about things kind of falling apart because of the mentality. Things falling apart, possibly even long-standing structures falling apart because of a negative mentality, or because of a negative perspective on things that kind of kills the enlightenment energy that you may have possessed in the past. It's also kind of the energy of a rude awakening, where things that you might have previously thought you were over, or that you moved past, are actually coming back to bite you in the ass. I'm not taking all these. Okay. Oh, we have the Queen of Wands. So here's your actual pair here for you, Libra. Queen of Wands, Empress. I see a feminine coming into the fold for the masculines. I also see competition for the feminines. But also, hey, you know, if it's same sex, you know, there's nothing wrong with the lesbian lover. The Empress and the Queen of Wands is kind of a singular energy, somebody who really wants to take control of love, somebody who really wants to take control of the manifestation as well. The Empress is a married woman, so if you are worried or thinking about marriage, that is somewhere where you're going to be going soon, Libra. But the Queen of Wands is somebody who it's kind of like you have, so here's the story that I'm actually seeing between these individuals. This is the main character so far, as the King of Wands. We also have the Queen of Pentacles who shows up, and she's kind of like the main love interest, but she's really not the main love interest. She's just kind of there. She's kind of helping the King of Wands heal his broken heart, and getting him out of stagnation, having him have a deeper spiritual awakening about the things that he wants and the person he wants to be. And then we have the Queen of Wands coming through here, who's kind of like, you know, the other woman, but in reality, she's not really the other woman. She's actually the King of Wands' main pair, the one he's supposed to be married to, because there's a lot of abundance between them. And it's like the Queen of Pentacles could not compete with the Queen of Wands in this energy with the Empress next to her. Even if this is three individuals, the Empress would always win out in this situation if there were three feminines competing with each other. And so this is an interesting way to perceive this reading, because it's kind of like This is all kind of influencing the way that you look outwardly when it comes to romance, and you want somebody to really cherish you, but that's because you have a lot of feminine energy around you, especially if you're a masculine who's kind of wanting to nurture you. You're trying to figure things out, but it's hard to figure things out because you're feeling very unbalanced in your energy. You might even be spending a lot of time isolated when you're not looking for somebody to nurture you, Libra, which is not necessarily out of your nature. For the feminines, I think it's actually reversed though, where you're seeing a lot of a necessity to really be very prideful, to be very, materialistic, to be very focused on abundance, because the masculines that you deal with are not actually emotionally adept. My guides are saying it's more about how they're not really focused on emotions, or they're not really focused on sharing reciprocal relationships in that way. They're more focused on their career. They're more focused on the end goal of life. For them, that means they want to travel, they want to experience, they want to enjoy, they want to what's the word? There's a word. This person is just focused on like they just want to take a bite out of life kind of energy. That's where the masculines are if you're a feminine Libra. And it's kind of like up to you to really either match this person's energy or to embody your ultimate divine feminine self to get away from them. So let's do some advice out for Libra, because that's all I'm going to do with this. Can I have some advice for Libra, please, for the end of June for love? Okay, Libra, we have 3 cards. We have the 6 of Cups. The card fell on the ground, but I'm going to leave it. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the World. We have the King of Cups. You need to really focus on... Well, first of all, here's another King. You really need to focus on... If you have a past relationship with a water sign person, you might need to turn around and have that. I also kind of get the impression, though, that you really need to focus on being more valuable or finding your own self-value, and then having other people kind of utilize that instead of making yourself out to be somebody who needs to compete with others if you're a feminine. If you're a masculine Libra, you really need to cut down on your options. There is a heavy emphasis on the past energy with this advice, though. It's kind of like you really need to analyze what from your past has led up to you feeling this way and being this way when it comes to the relationships you have in this current life. Why, in this energy, Libra, why do you want somebody to like covet you? Why do you treat yourself like a possession? And beyond that, why do you give yourself to individuals who you know have a lot of deep emotions but won't share them with you? I don't know where that came from. This is a lot of this is channeled though, because it's kind of like, this is really what's coming out. The 6 of Cups though also kind of says to the feminine Libras, you need to allow the masculine to kind of cherish you instead of always cherishing the masculine, because in the beginning of the reading I was really picking up on a lot of masculine energy coming through about wanting to be cherished and wanting to be healed from negative situations that they've experienced. And that's not necessarily bad, but it's kind of like you want somebody to help you heal from problems where you, or situations where you were actively involved in the downfall of the relationships that you have ended. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's all I have for you, Libra. If this reading resonated for you, leave a comment. I would love to see a star emoji in the comments if you got to this point in the reading as well. Like the video for the free reading and subscribe. Goodbye.